If you're thinking about moving and you want to learn about what everyday life is going to be like in your new town, this is the place for you. On Open House, we sit down with local, top producing real estate agents to help you find the best places to live in DC, Maryland, and Virginia. So if you don't want buyer's remorse and you want to find your dream town, we are here for you. So go ahead and book a free call with us and we'll help guide you to the area that is right for you. Now, let's jump in and learn about your new home.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Open House. My name is Zach, and today we are going to be talking with Farrah Galloway, a realtor in Dale City, Virginia. We are going to be talking about everything from homes to entertainment and what it's like to live there. So Farrah, thank you so much for coming on the show today. I'm excited. How about you tell us briefly about your real estate career and what you love about Dale City?
I got my real estate license about 6 years ago. Didn't plan for it to be a career. It just kind of happened. I fell in love with it and decided to start full-time back in 2016.
That's a good amount of experience. And I'm curious about your experience with Dale City and what you love about it.
So I actually was born at Potomac Hospital. I lived in Dale City for about 26 years. About 16 of those years was in the same house. It's not huge, but it's a pretty nice place to live.
Cool. Well, I'm excited to learn about it. Let's get into logistics because these are the things that people want to know right off the bat when they're thinking about living somewhere. What is the population and what's the overall size?
Dale City is only about 15 miles. It's pretty much a straight shot down Dale Boulevard. And there's about 73,000 population.
Okay. So not super huge. So it seems like it's a little bit packed, so it'd probably be mostly neighborhood, I'm assuming. What's the median home price and what is the typical type of housing?
Honestly, it's kind of everything. They've got apartments, townhouses, single family, condos. About 350 will get you a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. Most of the single family homes were the same builder. And he was big on split foyers. So a lot of them are you'll find a few 3-level, and the houses are pretty much the same in every neighborhood. So Lincolnian's a big one. That's actually what I grew up in. And it's just, a basic, you can get them with siding. Most of them are brick front. And you typically got 3 bedrooms upstairs and 2 downstairs.
Gotcha. And so you said 350 for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. Is that detached?
Yes.
Okay.
And there's a lot of townhome communities too.
Cool. Okay. So what about economics? What do people do for work in the Dale City area, and what's the median income?
There's a lot. You can work in the medical field, retail. There's an outlet mall. So there's a lot of retail opportunities, hair salons, doctor's offices, a lot of veterinary offices. You can pretty much do restaurants. There's a lot of restaurants to work at. If I had to, I'm bigger in the medical field. I'd say nurses around there make about $50,000 a year. Retail probably like mid-30s. I did do retail management for a while too.
Gotcha. Okay. And then what about people who are commuting? Where are they commuting to? How long does it take and where are they going?
There's a lot of commuting. There's actually 2 military bases close by. There's Fort Belvoir and Quantico. So there's DC is about 25 miles from Dale City. And then there's a lot of commuting to like Alexandria, Springfield, the Lorton area. I'd say there's probably more commuting than local work.
Really? Okay. Gotcha. So do you have any metro stops near you or any carpooling or buses or any other options for commutes?
There's several commuter lots. And then there is a train station.
Oh, cool.
I want to say that's more in the Woodbridge area, though. I've never personally used the train. Yeah, I want to say it's behind kind of like the back end of Woodbridge.
Okay, and where is Woodbridge?
Woodbridge and Dale City, I mean, they're kind of like side by side. A lot of people will call Dale City Woodbridge because Dale City is on the smaller side. But you pretty much, when you get off the exit, you can take A or B. One will take you towards Woodbridge, one will take you towards Dale City.
Okay, cool. So they're neighbors. That's
Mhm.
good to know for commuting. Okay, well that's a lot of good info. Let's talk schools. What are the local options when it comes to public high schools, let's say? Because I know that's the thing that everyone works up to.
Right.
And then we could talk about colleges or universities.
There's a ton of schools. You'll pretty much find an elementary school in every neighborhood. The middle schools, there's honestly too many to mention. High schools, I feel like they just keep building them, like they're everywhere there. And then there's also there's some private schools. There's some charter schools there. Some more in Woodbridge, some are in Dale City. And then there's a community college, an actually pretty large campus. The Northern Virginia Community College is there.
Okay, cool. How far away is that?
It's on Dale Boulevard.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
it's on the main strip of Dale City. Yeah.
gotcha. Cool. Well, that's good to know. Entertainment. Dale City is not huge. It's got a decent population for how small it is.
Yeah.
What do people do for entertainment? Let's say, first of all, with a family, you have kids or you have a dog. What do you do in and around Dale City?
There's actually a lot for entertainment. Um, there's a trampoline park. Um, there's an ice skating rink. There's a huge water park. Again, the water park and the ice skating rink are both on Dale Boulevard as well. There's pretty much a park in almost every neighborhood. Um, they've got the mall there. There's actually a newer shopping center that they just built within the last 10 years, and it seems to be pretty popular. There's little play areas within that too, kind of like a courtyard.
Okay, and is that adding to those retail opportunities that you had mentioned?
It is. But again, it's kind of, is that Dale City or is it Woodbridge? Like you can get to it from Dale Boulevard, but you can also get to it from other routes. So
Gotcha.
I would
Okay.
consider it Dale City, but it really just depends who you ask.
Okay. Well, that's good to know. And you mentioned a lot of parks, which I know is really important to people that like nature, but also just to people that have kids and dogs. So
Right.
so that's really good. Yeah, lots of stuff to do. What about let's say date night? You want to, hit the town, go to a nice restaurant or a bar. Do you have any options like that in and around Dale City, or do you have to go out to Alexandria or something like that?
So, no, you don't have to go that far. Again, Dale City is basically Dale Boulevard. It's all neighborhoods. They've got some shopping centers in between, and there are some restaurants. It's more like they have a Brothers Pizza. They have a couple of like fast food restaurants. But if from Dale Boulevard, you take one right turn, one left turn, depending what direction you're going. And as soon as you hit the area where the mall is, it's just restaurants everywhere.
Well, that's good to know. It seems really accessible, and Dale Boulevard seems like that's where everything is. That's the road to go on if you want to find something to do. So that's cool. Can you tell me a little bit about the history? Every city has history, whether it's exciting or not. Is there anything? Was Dale City named after a guy named Dale, or what's the deal?
No, actually, I don't really know what it was named after. But Dale City was created by a guy named Cecil Hilton. And so he pretty much all the floor plans were his. He only had a few. If I had to guess, I'd say 4 or 5 models is all you'll really see in like the older houses. If you want to live in an older house, it pretty much starts from like Ashdale is going to be the first neighborhood. The further you get, and everything is Dale. So it's like Ashdale, Birchdale, Cloverdale, Darbydale, in alphabetical order.
That is hilarious.
Once you get to like, I'd say past Carrydale, you'll start to run into the newer houses. And so, again, they were built in alphabetical order, and oldest to newest.
With the old neighborhoods, are you starting close to 95 and then moving up kind of like northwest, and that's what goes newer, or is it reverse?
No, the older homes start from 95.
Okay, cool. That's good to know. Well, if you don't like the name Dale, this is not going to be the place for you. But if you don't mind, then there's something to enjoy. So that's kind of interesting. What about events? Because it is a bunch of neighborhoods, and I know bigger cities like Alexandria have all these different citywide events. Do you guys have anything like that in Dale City?
There is one thing that they do every year, and I feel like they've probably been doing it since before I was even born. The 4th of July parade. And so the 4th of July parade, they pretty much go down over half of Dale Boulevard. There's thousands of people out there. I feel like I've probably gone every year of my childhood, and it's a big event. Other than that, I mean, like restaurants might do events. There's also a state park, Leesylvania State Park. They do some events there, nothing huge. But I mean, that's also another family friendly, place to go. You can go boating there. You can actually take in like the larger boats. You can go fishing. You can rent things like jet skis there.
That brings me to my next question, which is about nature. You've mentioned that Woodbridge and Dale City are commonly referred to as the same thing. Woodbridge is right on the Potomac pretty much. And then, you have Prince William Forest Park just to the south. Can you tell me a little bit about what it is like for those that like the outdoors to live in Dale City?
So some of the parks are more for like walking, hiking, like the Prince William Forest Park. When you go to like Veterans Park, they have walking trails, but it's more so like there's soccer fields, there's playgrounds, picnic areas, and people use that park a lot for picnics. Like there's huge gatherings, big gazebos that you can rent out. But I feel like every park will probably have some sort of a walking or hiking trail, but you're going to want to go to like the bigger parks if you really want to like get into the woods and, go on a nature hike.
Okay. And then what about, let's say within, a couple hours, if you wanted to go on a camping trip with the family or go to a state or national park, is there anything nearby that's worth talking about?
Yes. And we actually do that every year. There's KOAs everywhere, Jellystones. You'll find a Jellystone pretty much an hour away from anywhere that you live,
Sweet.
Which is our favorite. We go to Jellystone at least once a year. But yeah, definitely. You'll find camping everywhere.
That's cool. We have a Jellystone pretty close to where I'm at too. And I went there once for a family reunion.
Yeah.
And my favorite thing was the big jumping pillow.
Yes.
So that's the best. That's really cool. Is there any sort of water life in Dale City, just with the Potomac being so close by, or?
Yeah, the Leesylvania has like beach areas, so you can actually swim there.
Oh, cool.
Like I said, you can go fishing, take boats out there. I mean, there's even houses on the water. Like my grandmother actually lives on the Potomac, so like her backyard is the Potomac. So again, it's more so in Woodbridge than it is Dale City.
Sure.
Other than that, I mean, I can't really think of any water that's close by.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's still, the Potomac is plenty for most people. So, okay. Well, shoot. I mean, that's a really good overview. Hopefully this was enough for our viewers to see if they would be interested in living in Dale City. And if they are, of course, they can look into it a bit further. But Farah, thanks for coming on the show today.
Yeah, thank you.